maybe we can start off with the history of the Community DAO. And I know Peace, Love, and Harmony. You've been on the Community DAO a governor for a few quarters now, right?
No, actually, this is the first term that I've served on the community DAO.
Awesome. Okay. So this is your first quarter with the Community DAO, and but you've been part of the Community DAO since the beginning, right?
Um, I mean, I've been part of the Harmony community for quite a while now. I mean, I'll be honest. Um, when DAOs were first talked about in Harmony, I I didn't really understand what the whole what it was all about. I've never heard of a DAO before. Like I had to research and figure out myself, and um, I didn't really honest like I didn't really understand what the community DAO was doing and what the purpose was, or any DAO for that matter at first. And it's like not really until you actually read the charter, and which had to been written by the first term, and that you really understand what the DAO is supposed to do and how each DAO functions, and because they're all different. My
Totally,
I
totally.
actually just I only even put my candidacy in for the community DAO because um, there was it was about out of time for candidates to put their name in, and there wasn't even enough to keep it going. So it wasn't really planned out for myself. I just saw that it was it was needed, and they needed people to step up, and I stepped up.
Got it. Got it. Okay, cool. So, awesome. And then, sick of this. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you got involved with the Community DAO and maybe a little history?
Absolutely. So me, I was completely unaware of all this DAO scene that was going on in Harmony for the longest amount of time. So I only found out about it like a couple of months back from Reddit when there was like a full-on outcry about, all those non-core DAOs, weird ass DAOs getting funded, and it just being a bit of a sham. Like it just didn't make sense why those DAOs were getting funded, and yeah, that's how I got involved with DAOs. So didn't exactly get off the right foot. So yeah, so I came to the talk forum then, and then I started looking into all these DAOs, and I was just really perplexed as to what was going on. And then I came across this community now, and yeah, at this point I was like, hey, okay, I'm criticizing all this stuff on the talk forum. Okay, what if I want to, put my efforts to something constructive and maybe help the ecosystem a little bit? So that's how I kind of stumbled upon the community now. And yeah, it took me a while to familiarize myself with how the DAO exactly worked. But you might have heard me talk about this before, but I really feel like the community DAO is pretty special in that there is no limits to as to who it can appeal to. You can be anyone in the community DAO. Literally, there's no restriction. You can come in and contribute. So yeah, I think that's kind of what attracted me to the community DAO in particular, and that's what has got me really involved in the past month or so. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into this stuff.
Okay, that's that's really funny actually. So you were seeing how kind of like messed up some things were in the DAO ecosystem, and you were like, let me check it out and see what's going on here, and instead of like uh saying how bad everything is. Let me see if I can contribute in some way. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Have you what have you contributed in that that's like important to you, or like, yeah, what's something you've contributed?
Yep. So apart from just having discussions and trying to like refine some deliverables on town halls and stuff, I have directly contributed in creating the onboarding documentation for Community DAO on Canvas, and also curated some other pages on Canvas as well. So, for example, there's a contact information page on Canvas that has like all the different social media for Community DAO and all the different stuff you can do on them. So yeah, created some documentation for the Community DAO, and apart from that, just been trying to contribute with ideas and helping refine some deliverables. And I have some plans on helping shape the future goals for this stuff. Maybe we can talk about like the future, what this future scope of this now might be later on. But yeah, I think that's how I've been trying to contribute.
100%. Yeah, we'll definitely get on to the future, the vision of the Community DAO. And that's awesome that you made documentation. And I didn't really catch what the other items were that you said. Can you say that again?
Yeah, so there's two pages on Canvas. It's one is the onboarding documentation, and the other is like the social media, kind of a link tree stuff for
Oh,
the community
that's
now.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Okay, awesome. And so I guess to start off, maybe we can just talk about the history of the Community DAO and kind of what the Community DAO was able to accomplish in the past 6 months or so. Peace, Love, and Harmony. Do you want to take that one on?
Well, I can't really. I can take it on from like the past 2.5 months or so. I know, like, the first thing that we decided to do in the beginning of this term was to open up to the community more. Before this term, like, the weekly meetings were just between signatories, and they didn't include the community, and that was a problem because the DAO is it all the members, and like, if you're not including them in the conversation, then you're doing it wrong. And that's one of the first steps that I'm very proud of that we've done this term. And then also, I mean, the limitations that we've had with the multi-sig and lack of DAO tools. We're finally getting the DAO tools out there, and the multi-sig's finally starting to get some function, but still not what we need to. But we have implemented quite a few DAO tools this term that are really going to help streamline the contributor process and getting everything up for the bounties. And that way it's working more like a DAO as well, because everybody can contribute, and the governors can finally go into their signatory roles. So that's another thing that I'm very proud of.
Yeah, thank you for getting that on. Yeah, because you were able to do that, it allowed me to contribute more as just a random community member person and hop in one of the town halls and actually feel like I was contributing. Actually, I think the first time I did that was for the Creative DAO, but Community DAO too, and then you guys also had the movie nights, which was just like a fun. It's a fun thing that it's still going on. And those the DAO tooling, like you said, yeah, absolutely. Like I was personally I was looking for that for or waiting on that for a while to get some videos going and trying that out. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that funding was pulled after we got the D work going, because it seemed like D work could have been a really great tool for delegating funds. Yeah. So, do you have any what things do you think the community DAO could have done better to I guess be in a more secure position now? Or maybe let's go with how do you feel like the community DAO is now in its present state? Like, what would you say is the current state of the community DAO?
You know, what I think we realized towards like the end of this term is that um, the focus really needs to be put more on the engagement from the communities and getting more contributors coming in. Like in the beginning, because there was like a thing about um, Twitter spaces were like frowned upon from DAOs and this and that, saying it was a waste of money. But like the community DAO, like that's in our mandates to onboard users and get engagement and with the get diversity. So we really have to be putting ourselves out there to get people to come in, and you can't just expect people to like find out about you on their own and come to you. Like you really got to reach out more. Is the biggest thing I've learned.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. So, okay, let's get to the exciting part of the podcast then. Or are there any other, is there any other, like, maybe things you think the Harmony Core team could have done better in order to facilitate, like, more growth for the community goal?
Like more coordination would be great. I know we've tried to get them to like help us spread the awareness of different spaces and events that we do. And they probably don't want to try to play favorites to DAOs and I mean they're busy or whatnot, but just having like that extra like when we're helping us get the word out would be great to help get more people to come in and get more engagement.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Um, all right, and so what are some ideas, maybe sick of this, you have for the future, and what's like a vision you have for the community DAO?
Yep. So there's a bunch of different things. So I want to look at the community now, and I want to take a more holistic approach to developing the community now. So I think pretty often what happens, and you might have seen this in the meetings as well, is we kind of get caught up in a couple of small initiatives that we feel would be beneficial, but I think we kind of miss out on the broader picture here. And yeah, there have been some pretty good discussions on Discord about it. But the basic where I am at with this basically is I feel like we really need to increase the value proposition of the community now. So, for example, right now, if you go to a random Harmony community member on, let's say, Reddit, and you go and ask them, what does the community DAO do? They won't be able to answer you. So, yeah, we are in a bit of a weird state where we are supposed to represent the community, but right now, the majority of the community is not really aware of this DAO or what this DAO does. And to get people more interested in it, we need to provide something of value to the community. And I know the community DAO already does a lot of valuable things, but I think we really need to up the ante when it comes to that. So one of the plans I think that could be pretty great is increasing the quality of high quality, high visibility deliverables. For example, if you look at the Creative DAO, they have like that the one weekly videos, which are like super high visibility, like everyone knows about it and everyone really appreciates it. But if you, let's say, point to the community DAO and say, hey, what did the community DAO do that the general community is super aware of and they're very appreciative of, then I feel that it'll be pretty hard for you to come up with something. So where I'm at with this is, I think we really need to come up with some more valuable deliverables. And for example, one of this can be like a community sentiment report, where we gather the thoughts of the entire community, gather some common pain points that have been an issue in the community, and make some examples and I'm not sure if you saw this, but I actually created a data-driven scientific report for the month of May. So we can do like a data-driven report plus a comprehensive report detailing all the issues. So that can be like a really high-quality deliverable that the community appreciates, because we're giving voice to the community and we're raising concerns that have been raised by the community.
Definitely.
So
Where is that?
so I posted it on Reddit and the talk forum. I can send you a link if you want to take a look.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's just one example. It doesn't have to be the only thing or the main thing that we do. But that's just an example of something the community at large might appreciate. That if the DAO did that, you're kind of giving voice to the community and you're amplifying their voice basically. So that's one example. And the other, I think someone on a Discord suggested a pretty good idea. So we have this small sponsorship program that we're working on right now, right? So that can be a great value addition to the community. So you can basically use the sponsorship program as a showcase for other projects, and you hold AMAs with their projects, you hold events, trivia, and raise awareness about that project. So you're adding value to that project's own community as well as the community at large by making them aware of this project and making them aware of the nitty gritty of it, and just providing more value to the ecosystem. So I think these are some ideas, but the basic crux of this is we really need to up the ante when it comes to deliverables, and of course that includes reach and everything. But all of that is going to come if we provide more value to the ecosystem. So yeah, I think that's what I'm at with this.